So good day, everyone. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're in the world. Welcome to another Power BI section. For today's section, we're having data joining query, and our special guest is Salif Sawadogo. So this session was brought to by the partnership of Enterprise DNA and UrBizEdge. So I'll give a brief description about Enterprise DNA. So Enterprise DNA is the main goal is empowering Power BI user to change the world. So you can read about Enterprise DNA by searching on the website. So about your company, UrBizEdge. So UrBizEdge is a registered Microsoft Excel consulting, financial modeling, business intelligence, data analysis, and enterprise solution firm in Nigeria. We specialize in helping companies and high-value professionals be on top of their business data. So this is our calendar for coming training. So on the 30th to 1st of May, we have the advanced financial modeler and also a mock exam. Also on the 1st to 2nd of May, we also have advanced financial modeler and also a mock exam. So I'll give you a brief description. So I'll give you, okay, so I think I stop sharing. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so I'll give a brief description about, Salif. So Salif is a financial analyst and also a Microsoft Certified Data Associate. He's also a Microsoft Certified Trainer who is currently building a platform for Excel and Power BI learning. He's also a Microsoft MVP in the data platform and loves inspiring others with solution. So you can also check his e-learning platform, which is also building at elmore.com, and also you can send him an email. So without further ado, I'll hand over the session to Salif. So Salif, over to you. I'll stop sharing my screen now, and over to you. Hello, Salif.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me today again to be presenting another topic. And this time we are going to talk about data joining in Power Query. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Okay, data joining. Today we are going to talk about the Power Query. So we can access Power Query by Excel or Power BI. I'm using Power BI today. So today we are going to talk about the 6 different type of join we can find in Power Query. We're going to see the inner joins. We're going to see the full outer join, the left outer joint, the right outer joint, the left AntiJoint and the right AntiJoint. So we'll start with inner joint. So in inner joint, we are interested in we have 2 tables. The left table.
Hello, Salif.
Sorry?
Your screen is not visible.
Okay, let me restart.
So stop sharing and share again, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That good now?
Okay, if you can see the screen, I think it's my side because I'm not seeing the screen, but you can continue. So, Alabi, can you see the screen? Just tell me if you can see the screen.
Okay, can anyone see my screen?
Continue. Just put in the chat box if you can see the screen. Okay, it says visible. Okay, continue.
Okay, perfect. So I was talking about the 6 different type of joint we can find in Power Query, and I will start with inner joint. So the logic here is we have left table and right table, and we want to join them together. And if we want the inner joint, that means we are interested the overlapping part of the 2 table. So we have one table in the left side and the other table in the right side. and we want everything that we can find in the left table and at the same time in the right table. So we are interested in the overlapping part of the two tables. So after we're gonna see the full outer branch, and this time we are interested in everything in the left table and everything in the right table. Whenever we have some overlapping value in the two tables, and if we are going to talk about the left AntiJoint as well, and this time we have interest in the value we can find in the left table and not in the right table. The right AntiJoint, this is the opposite of the left AntiJoint. So in this time we are interested in the value we can find in the right table, not in the left table. And if we wrap in the left outer joint, and this time it's working like the lookup function we can find in Excel, like XLOOKUP. So in this time we are going to use a fact table, and we are going to use a dimension table, or we can pull some data in the dimension table and put them in the fact table. It is the same for the right outer joint. You just have to switch the table. Yeah. So in this time we have taking all the value from the right table and just the matching value from the left table. So let's start with inner joint. So here we have two tables, the right table and the left table and the right table. And we want to perform an inner joint here. So that means we want the value we can find at the same time in the left table and at the same time on the right table. So let me import my data. I have some data from Excel file that I'm going to use for this joining. So let's click and I'm going to choose inner joint. So here I have two tables, DAX course student and Power course student. So let me check them and click to transform data. Into loading. So I'm in Power Query Editor, and we are going to perform an inner join here. This is gonna be my left table, and this is gonna be my right table. So if I go back to Power BI, let's explain more. In this table, we have some students that taking DAX basic course. And the right table, we have a list of students that taking Power Service course. So the result we want here is we want the student who took at the same time the DAX basic course and the Power Service course. So let's go back to Power Query Editor. So this is gonna be my left table. This is gonna be my right table. And let's go to merge them. So I'm going to merge them and merge as new. In Power Query, there is no left and right table. There is top and bottom table. So the left table is considered like the top table, and the right table is considered as the bottom table. So this is gonna be my left table, and for my right table, I'm going to select my right table, Power BI course student, and we have to, if we want to join two table in Excel in Power Query, we have to have a column, the same column we can find in the two tables. So here I just have one column and I want to use this column. So we can, I'm going to choose the joint kind, inner joint. So if I check here, only matching row. So I can see the result here. The selection match 5 of 12 row from the first table and 5 of 12 row. So I can click OK. And that is my matching value. And this is from my second table. So right now I don't need this second table here. If I click here, I can see the matching value, the matching and the matching. So I don't need this column. So I can right click and remove. So I can just rename my merge table. Let's see, student taking, let's do this, something like this, taking BAF course. So I'm going to create a group here in order to organize my data. Let's see, inner joint. So I can move all of this table in my inner joint group. If I want to pull those 3 tables in Power Query, if I want to close and apply this table, I don't want these 2 tables to show in my Power BI. So I can right click and enable load. So if I close and apply, I'm going to have the merge table. Let's try. If I close and apply. So we have just the resulting table here, student. So that means we pull over from the 2 tables the student data 2. At the same time, the
Salif.
yes.
Salif. So
Yes.
sorry. So I don't think it's your entire screen you shared, because even me, I'm only seeing the report pane. I can't. So can you just stop sharing and share your entire screen? Because
Okay.
when you went to Power Query, I didn't see anything with. Oh, Alabi, were you able to see? Come on, let me promote Alabi, make Alabi a speaker first. But just try and stop sharing and sharing. Share the entire screen this time around. Okay, if you check the comment section, you can see people are saying they can't see the screen.
Okay. Sorry for that.
Okay.
And now can you see my?
I can see you're at your folder. You're showing your
folder
webinar
and
pack.
Power Query. You see that?
Yes, you can see it
If I
here.
go back to Teams, you see.
Teams.
So it's good now, all right?
Wait, I don't. Let me confirm first. Let me make so let me make someone a speaker so a person can come. Okay, you can see the Teams, right?
Sorry.
So Alabi, can you just tell me? Can you see the screen? Alabi, you can mute yourself. You can see everything, right? Okay, so continue.
Yes.
Can you see?
You continue now.
Okay. Okay, no problem. So I will restart over. For the inner joint, let me go to Power Query Editor, and let's delete all of this. Okay. I can get my data from the Power Query Editor or from Power BI. So as I'm already in Power Query, so I will get my data here. So I'm going to choose Excel and take my inner joint Excel file. And here I have two tables in my Excel file. I have DAX course student and Power BI course student. This is the entire sheet. It is not a good way to store your data in Excel. So as I name my table, I can see them here. So I'm going to select the two tables, DAX course student 1 and DAX Power BI course student. And let's click in OK. Let's see what's going to happen. So I have my two tables, and DAX course student gonna be my left table, and Power BI course student gonna be my right table. And as I said before, in Power Query there is no left and right table, there is top and bottom table. So if I go to Merge Query, Merge as new, so the top table gonna be the left table and the bottom table gonna be the right table. So the left table gonna be my DAX course student, and the bottom table gonna be my Power BI course student. And to join data in from two table, we have to choose a column that we can find at the same time in the two table. So as I guess have one column in this two table, I guess have to select those two column. And for the joint kind, I'm going to use inner joint. So only matching row. And I can preview the result here. We have 5 out of 12. And I can click OK. So this is my merge result. And this is the list of students that took at the same time the DAX course and the Power BI desktop course. So I don't need this column because this is the matching column from the second table. So I don't need this. I can right click and remove. So this is my end result for the inner joint. I can rename the table. Let's say student buff course. And I can create a group and to organize my table here. So as I already create the group, I can move them in the inner joint. So I can collapse. And I don't want these two tables to load in my Power BI. So I can right click and enable load and uncheck. So if I load this table, they don't going to be showing in my Power BI. Only the resulting table. So if I close and apply, we're going to just see the resultant table. So this is the inner joint. We want just the overlapping part of the two tables. If I move up to full outer joint, and this time we need everything from the two tables. So I have my left table and the right table, and I own everything from my right table and everything from my left table. This is look like the OR logic test from the Excel. So we want everything that we can find in the left table, everything we can find in the right table. So let's get the data from my Excel file, Excel and full outer. And again, here we have two tables. We have client table and product table. So I select the two table, transform, and that's gonna take me to our query editor. So I'm going to merge query again, merge as new, and this is gonna be my left table, and my right table gonna be the deep product table, and my matching column gonna be the client ID, and I'm going to use my joint kind full outer all row from buff table. I can click OK. So this is my left table, and if I want to show my right table, I have to expand. So I can click expand. I don't want to use original column name as prefix, so I uncheck that and click OK. So what happened? We can find this line in the left table, and this line again we can find this in the right table, but that's okay. So we can rename the resulting table graph table, and again I can create a group here to organize my data. Let's see, full outer, and I'm going to move all of this in my new group, and I don't want to load these two tables, so let's uncheck, right click, uncheck, can close and apply. So if we go to data view, we can find the new table that combining the right and left table. So this is full outer joint. We want everything from the above table. If we move to left AntiJoint, so in left AntiJoint, we want everything from the left table that is not in the right table. So for example, here we have the same example. We have the list of students that taking the DAX basic course, and the right table is the list of students that taking the Power BI desktop course. So here we can find a student that taking the buff course. That means we can find a student that taking the DAX basic course and at the same time taking the Power BI desktop course. But in this way, we want just the student, we want only the student that taking the DAX basic course. So we are going to use the left AntiJoint here. So let's get my data left AntiJoint. Select my two table, DAX course and Power BI desktop course, transform data. That's gonna be my left table, and this is gonna be my right table. So let's go to merge query, merge as new. I already select my left table. Let's get my right table, Power BI course. Not this one, this one. Select the column, and the joint kind is left enter. So that's gonna show the row only in the first table. The first table is the left table, and I can click OK. This is from my left table, and this is from my right table. As you can expect, we don't going to find a resulting value here because we want everything only student who taking the DAX basic course. So in the second table, the right table, we don't want to find the matching value. So I don't want this column. I can right click and remove. And you can find, if I go to source, in the M code, you can find all the things that Power Query did. So this is the next joint. This is my left table, and this is the column we use to join the two tables. This is my right table, and this is the column we use to join the two tables. And this is the new. And this is the merging, this is the resulting table, and this is the join kind, left enter. So we can see everything in the M code. Go back to remove column, and this is gonna be my end result for this merge, and I can rename this the student index. I can create a new group, left enter, and I'm going to move everything in my new group, and I can collapse everything. And I don't want these two tables to show in my Power BI, so let's uncheck them. So this is going to be my end result, and I can close and apply. And if I go to data view, and I can find this new table here. So let's move to the right AntiJoint. This is the opposite of the left AntiJoint. So this time we want everything from the right table except the matching value in the left table. So again, we have the list of students that taking DAX basic course and student taking Power BI desktop course. And this time we want only the student that taking the Power BI desktop course. So we are going to use the right AntiJoint here. Let's get the data, go to Excel, right enter. I'm going to select my two tables here, DAX course and Power BI desktop course. Transform data. Okay, so let's go to merge query, merge as new. That's going to be my left table, and my right table, it's gonna be this one. I select the matching column, and the join kind, we are going to use the right answer. So this time we want the row only in the second table, right? Okay. It look like weird. I don't know why. Okay, look like I don't find the right result. Okay, let's be a desktop. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's try again. I don't know why this is showing like this. Okay, let's go back to merge as new, and this time let's take this one and DAX course Power BI, the right answer. Okay, this is the value from the left table. It show new. It's right because we want everything from the right table that is not in the left table. So in the left table, we don't have result. That's correct. So we don't want this column. We can right click and remove. If we go back here, we can expand. We don't want to use the original column as prefix. Okay. So in this time, we have just students who are taking the Power BI desktop course. And let's remove this. Delete. Okay. And create new group. And we want right and AntiJoint. Okay. And I can move everything from the okay. So I can collapse everything. Okay. So I don't want these two tables to show in Power BI. Right click and check. And I can rename the resulting table. Put only student Power BI course. And I can close and apply. And if I can go to data view, I can see only student in Power BI desktop course. That's right. Okay, if we move to left after joint, we're gonna have three kind of left after joint. We're going to use three examples to show how we can handle the left outer joint. So in the left outer joint is working like the VLOOKUP in Excel. So we take the fact table and we want the matching result from the right table. So we want everything from the left table and the matching result from the right table. For example, here we have a list of product, the date, list of the product, and the unit cell. And from the right table, we have the product and they have the price. So if we want the price to be shown in the left table, we can use the left outer grant here. So we're gonna use the left outer grant to bring the price column in the left table. So let's get my data. Go to left outer grant. Okay, here I have a lot of table. I'm going to take the sell table and product price table. Transform data. Okay, and let merge the query. Merge as new. My left table gonna be my sell table and my right table gonna be my product price table. I'm going to use the product column to match the two table, sorry. And for the joint kind, left after join. All from first, matching from second. Can click OK. Now this is my left table and I want the price column from the second table. So let's expand second table. I don't want to use the original column name as prefix. Let's uncheck this and I want just the price column. Click OK. So for the Fanta, we don't find a matching in the right table. So this is why we show null here. And we can rename this table like this. Can collapse everything. So I can create a new group and let's say left outer joint. Okay, and let's move this through table in the left outer joint. So I don't want these two tables to show in Power BI, so let's uncheck them. So I just want to show the matching price table. So I can close and load. So if I go to data view, I can see the matching price table here. Okay, this is the first example of left outer joint. We're gonna move for the second example here. And this time we have to match two column in the two table. For example, here I have the date column, a product column, color column, and the unit column. And I want to pull the price column in my left table. But here I don't have only one matching column. I should have two matching column. For example, here, if I take the first line, we have code and red. So I should have a matching line in my right table. If I go here, I can find right code and red. So here we are matching two columns. So if we are in Excel, we can use some function like, I don't know which function we can use to join the two columns before doing the matching. But in Power Query, it is easy. We can match two columns. So let's get the data. If I go to Excel and left after, and we are going to take what column, what table, F cell table, color, and D product price, color table. Go to transform data. This is gonna be my right table. This is gonna be my left table, not my right, and this is gonna be my right table. So let go to merge query, merge as new, and my second table gonna be the product price color, and here I have to select two columns. Select the product column. I hold the control keyboard and click on the second table. So we have 1, 2. And if I go to the right table, I have to do the same. Click on the first table, first column, the product column, and hold the control key and select the color column. And we are going to use the left outer joint. Say okay. And this is from the left table, and if we want to pull the price column from the right table, so I don't want to use the original column as prefix, and I don't want the I do want just the price column, so I check this. Okay, so I have everything from my left table and the price column from the right table, so I can rename my column with two column. Okay, let's collapse this. Okay, and we can create a new group to put my I guess I want to put them together in the left subsegment. I don't have to create a new group. Okay, and I don't want this column to be shown in Power BI, so I uncheck them. I can close and apply. So if I go to data view, I can find the matching price with the column. So that is right, and we are going to use the third example, and here we have a different kind of data. We have invoice number here with this discount, and in the right table we have the invoice number again. We have product and sell. So what we are going to do here is we are going to go left outer joint here, but if you can see here, we have invoice number and we have mini matching result from the right table. For example, if we take the first invoice number, we have 3 matching result in the right table. And if we are in Excel, it's gonna be difficult to pull all of matching value in the right table. But in Power Query, it is easy. You can use this left table to pull all the matching result in the right column. And the magic of this is we can even do some aggregation. If we don't want to pull all of these three resulting from the right table, we can just do the total sale of this invoice number. So let's put it in practice. Let's get data from my Excel file, left outer joint. I want this time, okay, invoice level, invoice line, product level. Transform data. Okay, let merge query, merge as new. This is gonna be my left table and my right table. Let's find my right table. Okay. Invoice line product level. So I'm going to use the invoice number column to join the two table. And let's click OK. So we have the on the line from the left table, and from the right table we have to expand. So here we have two options. We can expand all the resulting from the right table or do some aggregation. And here I'm going to do some aggregation. And I'm going to aggregate the sum of cell. And I'm going to uncheck the use original column as prefix. I'm going to do the sum of cell. Fixing OK. So I'm matching the invoice number from the left table, and from the right table, I'm just taking the sum of cell from this table. That's amazing. So I don't want this to be shown in Power BI. I can uncheck them and let put all of this. Okay. Can input a name I want. Marching cell. Select all the three table, put them in left outer joint. Let's collapse all of these. And I can close and apply. So if I come back here, I can see the matching sum of cell. So I have the invoice from the left table and the sum of cell from the right table. Let's see the last joint kind, the right after joint, and this is the opposite of left outer joint. So we want everything from the right table and the matching value from the left table. For example, here we are going to use the client ID to join the two table. We are going to take everything from the right table and the matching result from the left table. Let's get the data from right after grant. Select my two table, transform data. Okay, that's gonna be my left table. This is gonna be my right table. Let Mercury merge as new. The right table gonna be okay. Let's find this. The client. Not this one. Okay. The product, right? The product. Okay. Yes, the product. Going to use the client ID. And this time we are going to use the right outer joint. So all from second, matching from first. Can do okay. And this is from my left table, and I can expand my right table here. I don't want to use the original column, and I want to select everything and click OK. So I have everything from the right table and the matching result from the left table. And I can rename the table. Okay. I can collapse my query. Okay. And create new group. Right outer. I don't want this to be shown in Power BI. Let's uncheck them. Select the three column and move them to right outer. So I can collapse everything. Can close and apply. I can see that in data view. All from right matching left. And we are going to see the last join. This is the self join. So we are going to take a table and join the same table. For example, here I have a list of students. This is the start date of their learning path. And this column, we have the student that referred all the students. For example, if I take this line, this student is referred by Daniel. If I take this line, Alisa is referred by Braden. And if I take this line, this student Amber Steven is referred by Vanessa. Sorry. If I want the student who refer the new student in a new column, I can use this self joint here. Okay, if I go back to find my data, I take self joint. Select my student table, transform. Merge query, merge as new. Okay, and this time we have just one table, student table. I'm going to pull this table again And from the left side of the table, I'm going to use student who referred new student. I'm going to use this column to join uh, the right table. And from the right table, I'm going to use the student ID. So this is many to unique. So from this column, we have unique ID of the student, but here we have many ID. So many to one. So I can click OK. So I have everything from the left table. If I don't want this column, and right click, remove. And from the right table, I want the name. Okay. So that make easy. If I take this student, it is referred by Danielle. This student is referred by Danielle as well. This student is referred by Bryden. And this student is referred by Vanessa. So it is make easy to understand. I can and okay. And around this table to be shown, and I can close and apply. And I can find this table here. So I think I already worked through the 6 different type of join we can find in Power Query. So if you have any question, you can answer.
Oh, awesome. So Alabi said we are working with multiple table. Hello.
Hello.
Salif.
Yes.
So Alabi said, does it work when you're working with multiple table?
More than 2 table.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in Power Query, we just have to join 2 table. We cannot join more than 2 table. So what you can do is join 2 table and use the result of this joining and join with another table.
Okay. So for Jennifer said, this section is helpful. Thanks. One question. The left and right join seem to be the same function, just the reverse order. If not for an advanced join like some, couldn't you just switch the table and use left join again instead of the right join? Why use the right instance?
Okay, let
Sorry, I
me
didn't get
read
a
it.
question. Why use the right join
Yes, I
instead
think
of
I
the left
informed
join?
that. Let's share my screen again. You are talking about the right anti or right
Right
out.
and left. Let me make Jennifer is presenter so she can just elaborate better. So as Jennifer.
Okay, I
So Jennifer, you
understand the
can
question.
speak.
I think I understand the question. Uh,
Okay.
for me, the right outer and the right anti join is not really useful because we'll suggest the table. If we have for example, if I take this one, left outer join, if I want to do a right outer join, with these two tables. I just have to take the right table and put in the left table. Take the left table and put the right table. It's gonna give me the same result like for the right outside joint.
Okay, she said that's helpful. It's actually worked. Okay,
Just
so
have to
for
mix the two table. Gonna give the same result.
okay. Okay. So Alabi said join is just a self join is like a table looking up itself, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Looking in itself exactly.
Okay. So I think that's all for the questions. So remember I told you about the two questions at the end of the section. We'll ask you how you started your old date. Remember I told you about this.
I'm sorry?
Okay, you want to explain? Okay, we're listening.
Okay. How I start my data
Yeah.
this journey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I started my data analyst journey. I think back in 2019, I was working in I was working in a company that helped bank in implementing IFRS standard, and I was start learning not Power BI. I started learning Excel from LinkedIn Learning, and after that I went to a job interview, and the interviewer asked me if I know about Power BI. And for this time, I don't know anything about Power BI. And when I come back home, I start learning Power BI, and I found it very useful and perfect tool we can use to do data analytic. So after that, I tried to I found some profile on LinkedIn, some people sharing the certificate of data analyst associate by Microsoft, and I said myself that time so I can get the same certificate. So I go to Microsoft learning path and I start learning, and then I pass the exam, and after that I keep digging how is to power my skill in data analytics.
Awesome. So what advice is there for people just starting out in the field of data?
For people who want to start in data.
Yeah.
For people who want to start in data, my advice is to understand better Excel first. But once you understand Excel, the other thing you can find in data analytics like Power BI or Tableau, it's gonna be easy for you to understand those tools because Excel are already doing a great job for data analytics. And so once you understand all in Excel, the other tool is gonna be easy for you to understand. So that is my advice.
Awesome. So for everyone, this section will be made, the recording will be made available on our YouTube channel before the end of tomorrow. And also I want to use this opportunity to thank Salif for always being an awesome guest. We learned a lot from you, and definitely I will watch all this section and learn more. So everyone, have a lovely week ahead, and bye. So I'll stop my
Thank
recording
you.
now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye to everyone.